Hey you, come on, sit down. You're sitting at the grown-ups table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella. And as always, this person is right next to me always. This is my wife, Sarah, everybody. Say hi, Sarah.
Hi.
John is out on assignment tonight, but we are going to talk about Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. We went to go see it this week. Before we start out the show, gotta tell you a couple quick things. Number one, make sure you like and subscribe. We're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff today, so it is a spoiler alert show. So what I need everybody to do, if you can't watch it today, do not worry. All episodes end up on YouTube. We're going to be talking about the plot, Scarlet Witch, the incredible cameos we had, the predictions, the Easter eggs, and more. So make sure you like and subscribe from wherever you're watching, and stay tuned for more here at the Grown-Ups Table. So let's get right to it. So, honey, what was your thoughts on Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness?
I want more evil Scarlet Witch.
I told you it was a spoiler alert. She said it right there. Evil Scarlet Witch. Now that blew my mind. I mean, I know she goes bad in the comic. I didn't think Disney had the balls to roll that dice.
No, because here's the thing. In WandaVision, at the end, when it's her and Agatha, fighting while the two visions have a philosophical battle, because,
as gentlemen do,
as they do.
which, by the way, it's just like these girls are having their cat fights. We're gonna have our philosophical debate about the ship.
Honestly, though. Okay, so during that battle, Agatha's fingers are black.
They're black.
They're smudged with black. Scarlet Witch's are not.
Okay.
So as soon as they showed her having black smudged fingers in the trailer, I knew shit was going down and something happened.
I thought they were gonna fight for to kind of keep her good, like they were gonna do something. But no, they went full. She went Breaking Bad on everybody.
Well, she has the Darkhold by the end of WandaVision.
I know, but I thought maybe there'd be a way she could she was gonna try to harness it, try to save it and control it, but she gave in hard to that.
If you had kids that disintegrated, but we're still in another universe, wouldn't you want to go find them?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100%. But what was really cool is, and we'll get into this a little bit more, is she kind of became like the horror movie slasher that we grew up watching.
Yeah.
And what better way to show that than Sam Rami, the horror king himself. I mean, this guy has done Evil Dead, Drag Me to Hell, all kinds of great stuff. And he got to bring that energy to this, not to mention a awesome Bruce Campbell cameo, which, by the way, I still am convinced could be Ash.
It's not Ash.
He only referred to himself as the Pizza Papa. Ash could be down on hard times. Keep in mind, in Ash vs. Evil Dead, he started a sex/hardware store.
He had two hands.
So we could have seen a glove. Could have been, you know what? And if you watch Evil Dead, Ash vs. Evil Dead, he grew a hand back at one point. We don't know what's been going on in this multiverse.
Jesse.
Yes?
No. Okay,
fair enough. All right, so let's get right into it. So let's kind of recap it. So up until this point, the Phase 4 has been pretty much reality just shattering left and right between Loki, Wanda, Doctor Strange with Spider-Man, and then now Doctor Strange with his own issues.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with this, and for me, it started with WandaVision. I mean, WandaVision was one of the first projects that came out for this phase. And you, a heavy fan of the Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we got to the point where we set up the fact reality is breaking, now we have Wanda as a villain. Do you think that will last?
I think she'll have redemption.
You think she'll have a redemption arc?
Yeah.
And they kind of dug into that when Professor X was in her head.
Kind of, no, because I saw that more as a trap.
Really?
No, because
Ooh, that's interesting. No, elaborate.
Okay.
So set the mood. Why was Xavier in her head? I like this.
Because first off, I don't think the Xavier we saw in the movie was as powerful as our Xavier.
I agree.
So and just the fact it was like, I think Scarlet Witch knew how to trick Xavier Oh, what happened?
No, we're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay. Yeah. She knew how to play him so his guard would be down. And obviously seeing
100%.
Wanda stuck in rubble trying to pull her out, that's gonna put his guard down because he instantly
100%.
thought if I pull her out of the rubble, you're the dreamwalking?
The Dreamwalker, yeah.
Yeah, she can't dreamwalk anymore. And I think it was a trap.
That's so interesting.
I really don't think it was the same Xavier that we saw.
Oh, I don't think it is either. I don't think it's the same Xavier, but I never thought about how it was about his power lacking and how it was a trap. So I always saw that as a last-ditch effort to save Wanda, and Dark Wanda kind of stopped her. But, like, that is very interesting. Dark Wanda could have just put that there, played Xavier straight up. And that's what makes Xavier, I think, like, that's what made Wanda, like, such a crazy character. Real quick, Ash, Darth, I know. I was bummed too. Yeah. He's saying she's gone. Marvel has a tendency of killing the bad guy. I don't know. I think
Elizabeth Olsen's contract isn't up yet.
But I think Scarlet Witch is way too powerful.
She's too powerful. She's too powerful to die like that. And also, we're just now getting Scarlet Witch. It would be so ridiculous to have her introduced in WandaVision. That show was a hit. Have her Multiverse of Madness and then kill her off. They won't be able to cash in on the Scarlet Witch thing anymore because, like, it was a huge thing.
Which, by the way, the Emmy Awards still owe me a PowerPoint slide for how she didn't win any of those awards.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she played the acting range on Elizabeth Olsen was incredible in WandaVision. So, like, I still believe they owe us a flow chart to their decision making because I'm like, no one brought that energy that year.
But she also didn't get enough credit for Infinity War when that scene where she's shattering Vision's Mind Stone.
Yeah,
there was a ton of good acting in that.
Ensemble pieces never get enough attention.
I know, but still,
I agree.
A lot of people are shocked that she can act really well, and it's like, no, it's been there from the get-go.
It's been there since the Full House days, where she was just behind the camera with her mom as her two famous sisters were getting famous, and she was just waiting, harnessing the power of the Scarlet Witch, and now her sisters are all dried up. And it's her time to rise.
You have major
issues. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Why are you so weird?
What?
It's just a really weird way to phrase it.
If you would have talked to me in the 90s and been like, the little sister who's not in the TV show is going to be the biggest star in the world. I say, go fuck yourself. I'll bet you $100 you're wrong. And I would have lost $100 and I would have got fucked. So, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm being honest when I'm wrong. Yes, see, look, thank you. I'm not wrong there. Thank you. I would have never saw that coming. Thank you, Darth. All right, so
Darth, stop defending him, please.
I know. It's great.
If you're gonna defend him, can you house him for the night? Because his ego gets really big and he doesn't shut up.
Exactly. She's not wrong. But let's so we kind of already talked about Scarlet Witch being back and everything. So I think we can go right into let's talk about the new character. So Multiverse of Madness, I think before it came out, it had like such crazy they promised a lot of crazy cameos. At one point they said it's gonna be bigger than most other Marvel projects, and they were putting Endgame in that sentence.
Yeah, I'm just glad we didn't get a Tom Cruise Iron Man. I would have walked out.
Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. Can you imagine Scientologist Tony Stark? They're all in the Illuminati, and he's like, "Hey, you guys want to take a test? It's a personality test. Come here, guys."
And then Leah Remini just walks across the screen and is like, "No," and shoots him. I feel like that would have
just been a great cutscene, but obviously it would have made the cutting room floor. But I would appreciate that scene.
They still would have released it as like a one shot.
I would appreciate that one shot. I would have appreciated all on what we got over here. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been interesting to see Superior Iron Man, but
I don't know what I was expecting going into this movie, but I really thought the multiverse was gonna converge. And
I thought that too.
I was really hoping that X-Men would have been brought into the MCU.
I thought that was going to happen too.
I want it so bad.
But especially when they brought Professor X in there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Professor X real quick and his entrance. They gave us the 90s theme song.
They did.
Didn't that feel good? And he had the 90s wheel, the wheel, what is that? The pro scooter.
Yeah.
Like the yellow Pimpmobile, whatever that thing is. Like he's just he has his hand on it. I loved it. I was like, oh my God, they went all the way back. So
yeah,
they gave us the feeling of the 2000s X-Men with the 90s X-Men, which I was like, that was really awesome them doing that.
I was convinced to like when Professor X walked out, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a post-credit scene with Wanda and Magneto.
I was 100% hoping for that too.
I was like, oh, we're gonna get more House of M shit, but it didn't happen.
I feel like we'll get more of that as well. I mean, one of the nice things about that is that for those who do not know, in the comic books, Magneto is Scarlet Witch's father, and I'm still holding up that it could be true. Like here's the thing. Here's what I said in WandaVision when we saw Wanda's parents.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the father blow a load in the mother, so it's still outstanding. All right, she probably banged Magneto and then met this guy and then say, "Oh yeah, it's your kids." And it's not really your kids. You know what I mean?
It's not necessary to be that graphic.
I'm just saying there is still room to say that Magneto is the father. That's all I'm trying to say.
But I feel like Scarlet Witch would have been Scarlet Witch sooner if they're gonna go the route of Magneto being.
But yeah, Magneto didn't stay as a father. You know, he didn't stick around.
No, but
this other father was real soft. He's like, look at my box of sitcoms.
No, but do you honestly think if Magneto knew he had mutant children somewhere in the world?
I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows.
Okay.
I don't think Magneto knows. I think that knowledge would be bridged by Charles. Like when he went inside Wanda's head,
yeah,
I thought that was when she's gonna be like, oh no, Magneto's my father.
Yeah.
I thought something like that was gonna happen.
I kind of gave up on it. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because WandaVision was essentially Marvel's House of M.
Hey,
we're not going to get another one.
We've seen a franchise. We've seen a franchise do the same storyline twice. X-Men Last Stand, X-Men Dark Phoenix. It is very possible we can get another one. It's very, very possible. So,
but I'm happy with what they did.
Oh, I am too.
Yeah.
But even Elizabeth Olsen said she wanted to say the iconic phrase of "No more mutants."
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't just say that and expect it never to happen again. That's
true.
That's the thing. Hold on a second. Okay, he didn't walk out. All right, Dart. You're right. My bad. Professor X did not walk out. He did walk in Wanda's head, but he did not walk out. I stand corrected.
I mean, well, technically. This is the disability studies in me. Technically, that's the right phrase because when you shut up.
Sorry.
When you use phrases like wheeled out, you're perpetuating the stigma of disabilities. Just food for thought. If you don't believe me, I have 20 textbooks like in the other room. I can like pull them out and just have everybody look at it.
It's amazing I'm married to this woman. Like literally how stupid I am. And I say really stupid shit. And then she says so like, she keeps me safe. I love you, honey.
You're an idiot.
I know I am. But anyways, that's why you love me. I'm entertaining. I'm like a stupid monkey that you watch laugh.
Honestly.
Anyways, so let's do this. So we talked about Professor X. We talked about his entrance and obviously his head-turning exit.
Oh, that's mean.
What? It was a very head-turning exit. If anybody,
horrible.
It was. It is. I felt really awful. Dude, I was like, Jesus! Like, how many times are we going to watch him die on screen? The number is 3 thus far. The number is 3. Okay?
The second he went into that white headspace, I was like, nope, he's fucking out.
Yeah. Oh. So anyways, now let's talk about another cameo. One that kind of I know about a lot of people in the theater going crazy. Was the smartest man in the world, Mr. Doctor. Yeah, Mr. Doctor. Thank you so much for coming to the show. If you would like to donate some money to my education, that'd be really good. Anyways, Dr. Richard Reed, man, and he was and this is weird because it was a fan cast.
That was the best.
And that's one of the hallmarks of Marvel is when they listen to their fans. Like took DC fans like almost 4 or 5 years to get a fucking Snyder cut, and like you guys asked like, hey, do you have any more clips of Zemo dancing in the nightclub?
Get it the next
Boom,
day.
you got it next week. I was like, what in the hell?
It wasn't even the next week.
like
It was
next day.
literally next day.
Next day, it was crazy. I was like, Jesus.
The only thing we have not gotten was the hour-long WandaVision finale that everybody thought we were gonna get. That I was pissed about. But
Well, bigger than the world of COVID kind of screwed that up. So that was
true.
But hey, you never know. You never know. We might actually.
Okay, back on topic.
Back on topic.
Back on topic.
Speaking of Dr. Fantastic, this was a great way to bring us back on topic. I will never look at string cheese the same way again.
Dude, that fucked me up.
So to set this up, I watched your TikTok you sent me. That was really funny. It was the like the Captain Rambo is like. Or I say Captain Rambo because it's Captain Marvel, but just so you know which Marvel I'm talking about. She's like, we know how to deal with your little witch, and then it has the when I told you why. And it's like they in fact did not handle that little witch, dude. And we'll get into that. Let's start with all the characters first because that whole scene is a horror nightmare of awesome. So.
I did not think they were going to drop as fast as they did.
They dropped quickly. Let the bodies hit the floor. So Mr. Fantastic it was excellent seeing him on screen, and it gives us so much hope for the Fantastic Four. Which, by the way, real quickly, Fancast your Fantastic Four on here. I already have this set up. I want to know what everybody thinks their Fantastic Four should be. So I so far have said Emily Blunt. I would say for the Thing, I'm a little locked on that because I think the guy who played what's the guy? Black Widow's father.
Oh.
I always thought he would be really good. David something. I'm missing his name. I always thought he would be a great Thing. And then for a Johnny Storm, the guy who played in Stranger Things, he was the douchey boyfriend in the first season, and he's cool after that.
I would want Chris Evans back though.
I would want Chris Evans to come back as a cameo because he was amazing for that.
He
was really good. I liked the original Fantastic Four, but anyways, so what were your thoughts on Mr. Fantastic?
I mean, I was just surprised that they did the fan cast. Well, not surprised, but it was great, and then it was horrifying to see him die the way he did.
He was so fucked when she said, "You have kids?" Yeah. Good. We'll have somebody left for them after I'm done with you. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't have like a super strong connection to the Fantastic Four. The first time I watched it was like, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And I haven't really read any of the Fantastic Four comics. So like, it was nice. I wasn't like losing my shit like I was with Captain Carter. That I was just like, fuck me up.
Yeah, let's go into that really quick. Captain Carter, man. So first appearance in What If, where which I always found that What If, that's the one thing I didn't like about that What If episode. They're like, what if she was in the room? I was like, I feel like I never felt like that was the pivotal thing to make her Captain. I don't know. But then again, butterfly effect, so much as the butterfly wings doing this causes a hurricane. I just felt like I wish there was something more pivotal to bring it. But I love her as Captain Carter.
Great.
I love her as Captain Carter. And holy God,
that hurt.
Let me tell you, yeah, she got the fucking Norman Osborn from 2002. Yeah. Right down, like her shield went right through her. And I wish I was like, whoa.
At least we didn't actually see it. I feel like that would have been just as traumatizing.
I think Sam Raimi pushed the PG-13 boundary.
He did
very hard.
He really did.
Like I know that was motor oil on Scarlet Witch's face when she's like killing everybody.
It looked like blood.
But
it looked like blood.
Yeah, it was. There's a trick in the TV show Hannibal I watched that the brighter the red color, the harder the R.
Yeah.
So if you take away the color, it'll help you get less of a rating, which is a really weird thing. Is like because obviously it's motor oil, but I kind of got this very cool like slasher Carrie a little bit of Carrie.
Yeah.
Like
it was a Carrie, but to me it was a mix of like Carrie and then Jack from The Shining.
Very much.
Just from the way she was walking.
Yeah. Like she had that perfect like slasher, lifeless walk where it's just Michael Myers. You know, there's just a target in Michael's head, and that's all the target is, and he's just walking towards it aimlessly until he gets and will kill anybody and put anybody down that walks in there. And that was Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, it was.
And what's great about that is because Sam Rami is a horror movie director, he definitely identified that. A lot of the way he shot this movie was very horror movie like.
It was, and I appreciated it. Some of the dialogue to me was still clunky though.
And I think that's just because that's just the Sam Raimi charm. Like I agree with you on that.
But like when I think of the Sam Raimi charm, I think of Drag Me to Hell, because to me that's the epitome of it. I don't know.
It had a lot of like the cheesy lines from like Evil Dead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like I know some people had a problem with it. I think it was you or someone else when Rachel McAdams' character said "go to hell" and she blew the fire thing.
Yeah, that was stupid.
I get why you said it's stupid. For me, I was happier than pig and shit.
Well, I don't like Evil Dead, so that's why.
You like the show. You don't like the movie.
I like the remake, which is the only good movie in that franchise.
Listen, honey.
Fight me. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's on.
It's off.
Off.
It's off. It's off. Anyways, when you say something nice, it'll go back on. All right. All right. I'm gonna take half of nothing. Half of nothing.
You're fucking ridiculous.
All right.
Also, I want to point out we've been on this live for 20 minutes. We have yet to bring up Doctor Strange, and it was like his literal movie.
I know. I know. 5 years to get a fucking sequel. We're not even talking about him. All right. I think that's fair. I think that's actually fair. So we'll take a break from the new characters. Yeah. I know. Well, let's go to the comment section real quick, and that'll give us a good way to get back into it. All right, I didn't even think about that, honey. Good point.
Yep.
He was a bombastic Mr. Fantastic. He was very.
He was.
My Fantastic was great. Huge fan. Yeah, that was perfectly casted.
It was.
Reasons I wanted to see Iron Man would be to show more variants. I agree.
Yeah, I just don't like Tom Cruise.
Yeah. It shouldn't be any longer.
It should have been.
Oh, should have been longer.
Yeah, I
don't
agree with that.
Well, apparently there was 40 minutes cut from this. All right. And so we might see a director's cut. I mean, I want to see a director's cut.
I'd watch the uncut. I think the uncut was the difference between an R and a PG-13.
I very much think.
Yeah.
I literally think. I think this movie was also a test to see how hard they can push the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah, I really wish they would have brought in Deadpool. I really wanted Deadpool.
I thought the perfect place would have been him in one of those glass boxes at the Baxter thing, and he's just knocking on, and it's our Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like I hope, like you like how America was the only America, and
Deadpool's the only Deadpool.
I just hope, Deadpool was the only Deadpool. Like this other Deadpool, it's just
you can't. No, you can only have one Deadpool.
And but somehow I think Wade would find a way to make a variant, not find a variant, make a variant.
He would make a variant so he didn't feel left out.
He would definitely do that. Like his whole sole mission is to make a variant so he can have a friend. Right. I think it would have been a lot better. I totally agree with you on that. But yeah, let's talk about Doctor Strange since we didn't talk about. So last we saw Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, ironically, has been in more movies than his own actual franchise.
Yeah.
So he's introduced in Doctor Strange. The next time we see him is in Thor, Ragnarok.
Yep.
And then we see him in the next two Avengers movies.
Yep.
And then we see him in Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally we see him in his own sequel.
He was supposed to be in WandaVision, but COVID fucked that up.
I heard about that. Yeah. The ending with that, so we would have had him sooner.
Yeah.
Because apparently that movie's supposed to set up this movie, but they had to mess with the time frame. But anyways, so Doctor Strange is a bit different in this now. Because now he kind of had to deal with the fallout of the snap. Or the blip, I should call it, the coming back.
The blip, I feel like just
the snap and the blip, technically.
It essentially he had to deal with the consequences of everything that we've been watching for the past 2 years.
Yeah. Because they're like, was this really the only way?
Yeah.
Like even the guy at church who's gaslighting, like, is this the only way? This was the only way. My cats had to die, and then we laughed, and it's like, and my brother, I'm like, oh. And we laughed I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, why'd you bring up your brother? You ruined the moment. But yeah, no, this is because and because and what I like about Marvel that it's been doing very well since they did it early in Iron Man, but they did it more with the government.
Mm-hmm.
But by Civil War, it became people's choice.
Yeah.
Where the people were starting to not like the Avengers.
Yeah.
And questioning everything they're doing, questioning their godlike complex to make decisions that could change everything.
Yeah.
And in this case was the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Doctor Strange in Infinity War, he had to decide, okay, out of 14 million possibilities, this is the best one.
Yeah.
And he also had to know that some people weren't going to make it out of this one.
Yeah, and I had a thought and I lost it.
Yeah.
Continue.
But what's interesting enough is that what we never focused on, and I always would love to make a what if episode.
Mm-hmm.
What if the best possible Thanos future occurred, where actually everything was okay? I mean, we lose everything, but imagine you had to imagine in those 14 million possibilities, there had to be one Thanos thing where it was okay. Obviously, half people are gone still, food's great, but in the next 100 years from that point on, society has moved forward, racism is gone, sexism is gone.
Okay, so are you talking about essentially the theory that is in Godzilla King of the Monsters being applied to Thanos, where everything balances out and it becomes nice?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the very long run of it all.
No, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
No.
But
No.
it didn't stop Thanos talking about it in the Star-Lord episode.
Actually, that was very
I just kept saying that. Listen, it's fair. We get to pick everybody, and they're like, that sounds like genocide. That's not. I love how you defend it. It's not really genocide. It's kind of genocide. Also, hope the dog is doing well. Mike, the dog is doing well. You remember Mike? He was at the urgent care with us. Hey.
Hi.
Yes, she's doing. Can you pick her up real quick? She's doing really good. She's a tough one. She's a tough one.
She's a little shit.
She's a little shit.
She's alive and she's ours. So.
Yes. So she's still crazy. She's still crazy. But anyways, thank you, Mike, for asking. I appreciate that. For those who do not know, my dog decided to shotgun a chocolate crucifix.
Yep.
We don't know where it came from.
No,
we had all the chocolate locked up. Somehow she had it. We got her there. They absorbed the charcoal out of her.
She threw up a lot.
She threw up a lot. She's okay though. She's
fine. And conveniently did this on the day we both got paid. So,
yeah. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yes. Yes. It was almost like she literally did this. Awesome. Yeah. No. Well, here's the variant.
This is the good one. This is Gizmo.
Yes.
He's the best boy.
So for those who saw Doctor Strange, think of it like this. This is the one that caused the incursion in that world and has the third eye and has the Darkhold. Well, no, she is. No, this is the good one. This is the good one right here. Okay? Give me Keith. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney,
for
plugging the laptop. Good dog.
Good dog. Anyway, so let's get back to it. Thank you so much for asking me. So yeah, I mean, with the so we talked about. So let's go back to Doctor Strange. So yeah. So he's at a point now where he is kind of dealing with the here. I'll move. Sneak you back on. He's dealing with the fallout of Infinity War and Endgame. We're making the 5-year decision to let people go away and come back.
Yeah.
And not everybody made it.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine making that decision.
Here's the thing. It's an interesting plot point. And I hate to say it, but I just don't care.
You don't care? Why?
There have been so many flashbacks to the blip and people coming back. It's like, all right, we get it. It happened. I don't really care.
Let's move on.
I get it. Great. Everybody's not happy about the 5-year blip. That's understandable.
Weren't you the one that was shitting on Captain America in that little support group? Where he's so blunt with them, get over it, no big deal, no moving on. And now you're telling him to get over it and move on.
No.
What the hell?
No.
Okay.
Let me explain.
All right.
He's running group therapy. What therapeutic techniques did he do?
Nothing. Okay, I'll admit that. Captain America did nothing.
In the counseling world, if you
pause. She actually has a degree in this. So I just opened a whole can of whoop ass on myself. So I'm going to let her continue. Continue on.
In the world of counseling,
Mhm.
if there is peer counseling going on, there needs to be direct supervision by someone who is licensed.
I mean, he's a captain.
Who gives a fuck?
He like, you know,
No.
he has a huge resume of punching Hitler, fighting World War II, doing and then being on ice for a little bit. He has a lot of years of experience.
Okay, but what was big in the 1940s counseling wise?
I'm gonna say lobotomy. I'm gonna guess
Lobotomy? No, lobotomies were they did those till the 50s. So
till the 50s. Okay,
fuck off. But he does not have the capacity to just do what he did. That is why I said that, because it was just not sound counseling.
Got it.
That is why.
And then Doctor Strange, who's not only a surgeon, but also he has the same doctorate degree in the mystics as Doc Antler from Tiger King. Made a decision. He does. Doc Antler from Tiger King has a mystic of the arts degree. All right. I'm just saying. All right. I'm obviously Doctor Strange is better. Obviously, his is better. The point is, all right, and like if Dr. Antler didn't focus his time with tigers and sex cults, who knows what he could have been Sorcerer Supreme. We don't know.
Yeah, why did I marry you?
I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to the comment section real quick. All right. Well, let's say I would like to see some horrible returns from the blip, like all the people who are in airplanes coming back in midair.
That's what I want to see.
There are 5-year jumps. You don't know him. He could have gone to school. He got his degree. Yeah. He could have. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say for shits and giggles, fucking Captain America applies to NYU.
Oh yeah, he does.
What professor is going to grade a paper written by Captain America?
I would.
Would it?
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Oh
I think
my
I'd
God.
do it. I'll fail.
All right, if it was Batman.
I'd fucking pass him every day of the week.
Exactly.
Look, he's Batman. He's a smart guy.
Okay, but like Captain America is the Batman of the MCU.
I'd pass him. Look, I'm just saying, okay? Listen, I got through college barely, okay?
I know.
All right, anyways, let's go back to so anyways. So going back to the situation. So Dr. Strange made a decision. He's getting shit on, and people are always asking that creepy question. Hey, are you happy? Fuck you. I don't know. I got mad when people kept asking that question.
But he looked miserable.
Yeah, he did.
So it was like a check-in. It'd be like, hey,
Yo,
are you
you're
okay?
Right. You're right. It was a mental health check.
It was a mental health check-in. Yes. He needed it. He's been through a lot of shit.
Yeah. So I agree on that. Okay. So, but yeah. So this movie was kind of and then he got to help America, who's a new character, who has the power to go across multiverses and showing us how shitty our society is.
Honestly, the planets or the universes that have the free food, like, I'm gonna go there.
But not at Pizza Papa's.
Those looked gross though.
I'd eat the shit out of those. Which, by the way, I love the Bruce Campbell Evil Dead 2 reference, where his hand's attacking him. Okay. I mean, what better way?
So my question, because I just thought of this, when America, Wong, and Doctor Strange are in the cafe, and they bring up Spider-Man, do they say Peter Parker specifically?
No, they do not say Peter Parker.
Spider-Man?
But I'm also convinced that because I'm convinced of two things here with that. Okay, so that I'm so glad you brought that up because that I thought about that.
Because I genuinely can't remember.
I'm still convinced Wong and him know who Spider-Man is. I'm very well convinced that they do. And that's only even Scarlet Witch as well. Because I think because they have knowledge of the multiverse, that they kind of transcend. Yeah. I mean, look at it like this. I mean, how can he basically did the forget everybody? He did the original spell. Doctor Strange did the original spell he was supposed to do. Yeah. At the beginning of No Way Home. Yeah. Yeah. Without the whole caveats of this, except for this. Yeah. So I mean. And he said he's done that spell before, and he remembers doing it for what reasons.
Yeah, but then Wong didn't remember.
I can believe Wong doesn't remember. Yeah. But I know that, but I always found that Strange knows who Spider-Man. Oh, John said. Darth, go to hell. All right, I love you. I love Darth. Darth is, dude. Real quick. Darth is one of the funniest fucking people I've ever met, and that's why I love him on the show. Because like we had to go see the Batman, and John and us and a bunch of people were there. After the movie, he had his thoughts about the Batman, saying it was adequate, it was all right.
It's a shit movie.
Yeah. But then he gets in the car with me and he goes, Steve looked there. She's
sorry,
like,
guys.
Sorry, dogs. Anyways, Darth goes, that was pretty good. That was an okay movie. It has flaws, but it's okay. And I was like, you fucking lit him up. I love it. Darth is fucking funny. I love Darth. Yeah, no, you're right, Darth. He didn't say his name.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
That's what I want.
Daddy's doing a show. Mommy and Dad are doing a show. Oh, that sounds weird.
Yeah, that does.
Oh my God! Usually, Mommy and Daddy doing a show.
No.
Stop.
Fuck up.
Can't say. Don't ever use the phrase "Mommy and Daddy are doing a show." Makes it really disgusting. All right.
I apologize to anybody who thought this would, make sense and we would stay on topic for the entire podcast. I really apologize because this is where my bad.
This is only Stan Lee's. Only Stans.
Why are you like this?
I don't know.
No,
Anyways.
only Stans would be Eminem. Anyways.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Yeah,
Very right.
Okay.
Anyways, so pizza is free. Pizza Papas. We love Pizza Papas. I want to have Pizza Papas. I remember saying that. What was that? I don't remember saying that, Jesse.
You said it because he repeated it 20 times.
Yeah, okay. I might be exaggerating. I might be saying the fish is here, but the fish is here. You didn't like it, but it was less than what it was. I might have big fished the story. So my apologies. I retract my statement, Darth. Anyways, so let's go back to it. With this, so we Stephen Strange, he's kind of where Thor in Thor 4 is.
Yeah.
He just kind of doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a goal. He's not the source supreme. He's just he's there. And the Avengers isn't really a thing anymore.
I mean, it will be a thing again.
Though. It will be a thing again, but the Avengers isn't like that. Hold on a second. Nope. Denial. I retract my statement, Darth. I retract it all the way. All right. Anyways. So let's go back to this. So, but yeah, he's just he doesn't have a plan.
No, but I kind of like it.
I like it though.
Yeah.
I think what I liked about the new Thor movie as well as this movie is just kind of finding your own way.
Yeah.
Because of a god who had purpose for thousands of years now doesn't have a purpose. I love that sometimes a god has no plan. I love that slogan.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, oh, okay. So it makes you feel like, it's okay to kind of grow up and be all right.
Yeah.
But anyways, America comes into this. She can go into different multiverses, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The only one she can't go into, obviously, is Saudi Arabia and as well as other countries for what? They don't want to see the movie because the fact she has two mothers.
That's good.
Get over yourself. I thought that was so stupid. Mm-hmm. They're like, we need two things cut out. We need the mention of the two mothers and then the sight of the two mothers. I'm like, are you kidding? Grow your ass up and just watch the movie. All right. And then they did the Spider-Man No Way Home China. I was like, can we remove the Statue of Liberty so we don't remind our people they don't have liberty?
Focus.
Sorry. I found that so stupid.
It is stupid.
It's like, watch the movie. She's a great character. I thought she was a breath of fresh air and kind of showing new blood. As Deadpool said, we need young recruits that can carry the franchise for the next 10 years. As Deadpool said in Deadpool 2, and she definitely follows. She follows that criteria.
Yeah, she does.
She does good. I like at the end when she's trying to do the thing and she keeps messing it up. I like that. So it seems like she's following the protege thing. She's Doctor Strange's protege. Hawkeye has a protege.
What?
Wanda, she wants two proteges that she can't have right now.
Okay, don't do that.
Sorry, that was too soon. Too soon. My bad.
I just want Wanda to be happy. I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting for her during the entire movie. The entire movie.
I like this.
What?
Go back to what you're saying about. I like this. I agree. This was about everybody finding themselves.
Yeah.
Wanda finding themselves, Loki finding themselves, Falcon and Winter Soldier because their best friend pieced out on them.
That was the most selfish thing you could do. I'm with you till the end of the line. I'm gonna fuck off.
Like Loki did, like Bucky didn't want to be the crazy neighbor across the street. Hey, neighbor!
Like, who wouldn't want to be Uncle Bucky?
Uncle Bucky.
Uncle Bucky.
Uncle Buck.
That would have been great.
I would have watched the Disney Plus show called Uncle Bucky.
Okay, we need to get back on top.
Like, oh look, kids, I'm missing my arm out. Okay, anyways, yeah, but no, I agree. This was about everybody finding their way. Dart, that is very insightful. I totally agree with that.
I think this phase is just going to be a lot of setup, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Which movie is Kang going to be in?
Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Where's that in the lineup?
I have no clue. Everything keeps changing.
Fucking COVID.
Yeah, everything keeps changing. We'll see where it goes. We'll see how it is. But yeah, no, I agree. This was a lot about finding themselves, especially with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
That's gonna be very interesting.
That's gonna hurt.
I mean, they're gonna that franchise has to kind of find its footing again because I mean, I remember when we found out that he died.
Yeah, because we thought it was a hoax.
We didn't believe it. We Googled, I think, a numerous amount of websites
for a good 30 minutes.
We paused whatever we were doing. We were watching something. We just
we were watching
SNL.
No. Houses that October built.
Yeah. And we put a complete pause on everything. Yeah. We're like, we have to figure out if this is bullshit, and it wasn't. I always hope. What is it? The King. Oh, we got the answer. 2023. Thanks, Dar.
Oh, that's so far away.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Ant-Man's a great character. Really is.
I just want Wasp. I love Wasp.
Wasp is great.
Yeah.
But real quick, so like I hope that the king that was in the mountain, what's his name? Yeah.
Yeah, him.
I want him to be the next Black Panther. And here's the reason why. Because right now he's currently the new Batman. So Batman has a new spy fight thing, and it's #1, and he's Batman, and his voice is just.
Can you go a full day without talking?
Sorry, I leave it to me to do a Marvel show and squeeze Batman in there. But notice you were the first person to bring up Batman
tonight. Okay, but
fair enough.
Thank you.
I digress. Moving forward. Anyways, so before we get off, we stop talking about Doctor Strange. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. Is there any final words you want to say about him?
I only cared about Scarlet Witch.
You did. You really didn't give a shit about the rest of the movie.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, say what you're gonna say before.
Okay. So what was like the first big thing she did?
Admitting that she's the villain.
As soon as she was like, you didn't say America's name, did you? And then the scene changes. I was like, yep, that's my girl. She's gonna fuck shit up. I was cheering for her the entire time. But zombie Doctor Strange was cool.
I thought that was amazing.
That was really cool. The final battle was really cool. I'm not gonna lie though, I wanted Scarlet Witch to win.
I saw that in your eyes.
Yeah,
I saw that in your eyes. You wanted her, and I get it because here's the thing, like the emotional stakes on this show, on this movie was high.
It was
because look, people could bat at Scarlet Witch for doing what she did, but it's also like, what wouldn't you do for the people you love?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's what makes her such a great character and a complex character.
Yeah. And
so I'm interested to see what happens with her in the future.
I just want her to be happy. She deserves it. Like, just give her the fucking win.
I give it.
Leave your Batman trash.
I will. Because I got you and my wife ganging up on me right
now. Okay, you know what? Not everything has to be about Batman.
You're right. You're absolutely right. All right. We're getting near the bottom of the show, so we got a couple other things we want to talk about. So let's go right back to I want to go right back to the cameos real quickly. Because we didn't get a chance to talk about all of them.
True.
And we're not going to talk about the head exploding cameo from Inhumans, that show that got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's what that was from.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't give a fuck. It was great though.
Oh, dude, when his head exploded, I was like, Christ!
That was so great.
I was Christ. So how about we talk about the remainder of the cameos as they went out? So this guy's
he went first.
I love how he was the most powerful one, technically. Like he could kill you in one gossip, one word. And she's like, what now? And I was like, oh, and when his head blew up,
I wasn't expecting it.
Christ.
I really was not.
And then you had the fucking Play-Doh set with Mr. Fantastic.
That hurt.
Dude, he got shredded up. Like, because we were waiting for that to happen. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Different actor. Oh, wasn't it? I didn't know it was a different actor.
Okay.
I didn't know. Either way, it was all different actors, really. And then who went next? So it was Mr. Fantastic. Then who was remaining?
Then it was Captain Carter.
Captain Carter went. She got the old Norman Osborn through the hip, which ironically Sam Rami directed that movie too. So.
And then Captain Rambo.
Captain Rambo.
Or Captain Marvel, whatever.
Captain Marvel. She got. I just like saying Captain Rambo because Rambo's a badass name.
It is. I
like that name.
I'm really hoping now. I want to know what they're gonna do with the Marvels movie. Like, see, this is why I thought the multiverse was gonna converge everything. Everything was gonna be in the MCU because I want Maria Rambeau back, and I want to see her as Photon.
I think we'll see her back in another way. I still think her daughter's gonna be a Photon.
Her daughter's gonna be Photon, but I want to see Maria do something. Like, seeing her as Captain Marvel in this just got me so fucking hype. I want to see more.
She is great casting.
She is
great casting. I think they'll do something with her. I don't know what it is, and that's the thing. They'll figure it out with her. So I mean, because I was very impressed with it. And then after that was obviously the head turning cameo. Plus, let's not forget Ultron robots.
Oh yeah, they were Ultron robots.
Yeah,
I forgot about
Ultron
that.
got fucked up.
Dude,
I love that. Someone brought this. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I love how everybody was talking about like how easy it was to fuck up those ones, and they had such a trouble in Avengers 2. Avengers 2 was like, Jesus Christ, they're a pain in the ass. These ones, they were just Wanda was just fine.
But Wanda's fucking powerful as fuck now.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Wanda was scaring me a lot.
She's that powerful. That's why I've been saying. So I got into the MCU super late in the game. I started watching them right when Endgame was released.
Mm-hmm.
What is she eating something?
Oh no, she's okay. Biting me.
Sorry, our dogs are stupid.
Yeah.
So from the moment I got into Marvel, started reading Scarlet Witch stuff, and I shit you not, I've been saying she's powerful enough she could have killed Thanos on sight.
Yeah.
She could have. So that's why
Thanos had to pull the little pussy move. I mean, like rain fire.
She could have shattered the gauntlet, and I will fight anybody who disagrees with me. But that's why when you're like, oh, she's just fucking so powerful, I'm like, yeah, and like this is not news. I know.
Well, you read the comic books. You've read all of them. You know way more about it because she actually called that Agatha was the villain in the show.
Called it
on the episode. She's like, Agatha's right there. She pointed her out. She's like, that's Agatha. She's fucking this whole thing up. I don't know how she is, but she is. Mark my word. 8 weeks later, she was dead on. She was absolutely Agatha. And when the Agatha song came on, she started breakdancing in front of the TV. She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you got
it. Okay, but Agatha.
You're right. No, you were absolutely right. Yeah, no. But I'm just saying, like, you were so dead on. Like, no one was making that call yet. Everybody was worried about the rabbit being Mr. Mephisto.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was so focused on that, but you were like, no, it's right here. And you were right.
Because Mephisto, I think, would be stronger than Kang.
Yes.
So they couldn't bring Mephisto in, or Mephisto, or however the fuck you say it. Anyways, I'm so sorry we keep getting off topic.
We get topic.
This is my bad.
But somebody had this off topic, but it's kind of on topic, how they keep referring to the universe as 616. Now, why do you say it's not? I'm actually curious, Darth. Because the only reason why is based on what I've read, and again, this is not, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say is canon because no one has showed me a movie or an interview by Kevin Feige that confirms this. But what they're saying is that this universe exists coincide with the actual comic books that are written. So,
but weren't the universes numbered in Loki?
Yeah, they were.
Was the one 616? I don't remember.
Ours is 616.
Ours, but did they say that in Loki? Is what
I
I'm
think they
asking.
did, but I also think they said that in well, they got it wrong in Far From Home, which would have gave away that Mysterio was the villain. When the scene when they first meet Spider-Man first meets Mysterio,
Yeah.
he mentions the universe, but he doesn't say it's 616.
Okay.
And that would have been the hint that
yeah.
he's lying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, bring that up, man. I actually kind of want to know what that is. And then people talk shit about the end credits. So let's talk about the end credits real quick.
It was cute.
Yeah, I mean, I was okay with the campy end credits. I mean, look, it's Sam Raimi. I expected that level of campiness. I expected it, and to the point where he even had Danny Elfman come back to do a score.
Well, I think a big thing is the MCU has now been introduced to Sam Raimi. So like, you who are a diehard fan, you knew you knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that luxury, or there are some people who just don't like Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah. Oh, hold on one second. So, Darth, I misunderstood what you were saying. Just real quick, I know they mentioned it numerous times that the MCU is 616. I was meaning like that it coincides with the comic book world as well. So, just wanted to throw it back out there. So, anyways, I may not have been clear on that. Excuse me, honey. So we were finish what you're saying.
I lost my train of thought.
Okay, I'm a shit.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, the campiness.
The campiness, I think I could have done without as a whole. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, with the campiness, like I said, every director brings their style to it. James Gunn brought his style, which is this kind of dark, quirky humor, and then Taika Waititi brought his like.
Yeah, but
it's just like what?
With all the hype that Multiverse of Madness has been getting, which it deserves. I'm not saying it does not deserve hype. It's a very, very good movie. I think they were expecting like Infinity War style, like Russo brothers style.
I agree. Yeah.
Which is what I was kind of hoping for before Sam Raimi was announced.
Yeah. I guess the only reason why I didn't expect that was because with this phase thus far, I look at it like this: the moments of each show and movie kind of line up, except for this one.
Yeah.
Like all the other ones, it lines up at that moment where Kang goes, "It happened."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like something. This is the first movie thus far that's kind of been like, okay, so here's where we are now.
Yeah.
After that moment Kang saw, because they say that the Statue of Liberty with 3 Spider-Mans that happens during the Kang moment, with the same time that Wanda has her moment, the same moment that Kang's like, oh, the Loki screwed it up.
Yeah.
Like it's all they say it's like all lined up like that.
Okay.
So that's why this is kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah. And
Hawkeye and Spider-Man kind of ended the same place, Christmas time.
Yeah.
New York City. So everything minus Black Widow, which is obviously a flashback film. Everything has kind of just been like just a direct same moment, meanwhile back at the ranch kind of deal. Mm-hmm. This movie is kind of like okay, now that all this shit happened at the same time, let's go into where we are now.
Yeah.
So yeah. But other than that, like I said, I think this film, as you said, I think a lot of people were expecting an Endgame style film.
They were. And I was too. But I wasn't disappointed because I'm used to Sam Raimi style. I'm just not like a huge fan of
But
it.
the thing is, I wasn't, as much as I was they kept saying the Endgame style, I wasn't expecting Endgame style. Like, I thought, like, when they were saying style, mm-hmm. like, I thought they were talking stakes. I thought it was going to be, you know what I thought it was going to be like?
Huh.
How Civil War was an Avengers movie. Even though it wasn't an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like an Avengers movie, but we knew the stakes weren't there to be an Avengers movie, but it is very much an Avengers movie.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like, the end of the world wasn't happening. Mm-hmm. You know? In this case, it was the Avengers having literally a Civil War.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I felt about this movie. I felt this movie was going to be very much like, it's going to set up everything.
Yeah.
It's going to show that the universe is fractured. It's going to show the direct response to everything that has happened thus far.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that because like I think with this movie, it was already promising to do too much, and I think that's what hurts any sequel.
True. Very
When a
true.
sequel promises to do too much, and it hurts it. So I like that they kept it simple. I like that they've been growing it. I'm very excited to see where they grow it next.
I just want Deadpool. Bring Deadpool into the MCU.
Deadpool very much needs.
Give us what we want.
Yeah, Deadpool. Yeah, he has already been introduced into the MCU via commercial.
Technically, but
I want a film.
I want a movie.
And the thing is, it would be. Like I said, I always hope that he would end up being the cameo from now on in every movie.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Reynolds would be totally down for that. It would be so funny if his cameo was even way more pointless. Like he's just seen walking in the background reading a newspaper, and that's it. Like just to troll the audience.
I'd be so okay with
to
it.
the point where
funny.
To the point where it's so easy to miss it.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be hilarious. Like someone, you only get that psychological experiment where they have a bunch of people walking across the room, and then they're like, "Did you see the bear?" And you're like, "What bear?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm not sure if anybody knows what I'm talking about psychologically. But there's an experiment where they have a bunch of things run across the screen, and it tells you to focus on different things. And eventually they say, "Did you see the bear walk across the screen?" Well, you did because you were focused on other stuff. I'm hoping they do that with Deadpool just to mess with everybody.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah, like he's just doing something really ridiculous and silly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyways, but let's wrap up our final thoughts. So I gave this movie 3 out of 5 stars.
Only 3?
No, 3 is good for me. I never give anything 5.
I don't think we watched the same movie.
I gave it 3. 3 is probably look a little bit this way. I say 4 and 5 for Avenger or monumental movies.
But
it's good. I love this movie. I think it's one of the best MCU movies.
So then give it a higher score.
All right, fine. My wife twists my arm. I'm going to give this thing a 4-star. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I think it was great. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. Listen.
60%.
Listen, I was a shitty student, so I would have gladly accepted the 60%. All right. But okay, I give this 4 stars. 4 stars because the stakes weren't that high. But I love this movie. I fucking love this movie. It's in my top 5 Marvel movies. Easily.
4.5.
4.5?
Easily.
I understand.
Give me all of the evil Scarlet Witch. Fuck me the fuck up.
There she has it. There you go.
I'm sorry. I loved her in this. Elizabeth Olsen was great. Her acting was it was spot on.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, she really knocked it out of the ballpark, and the fact that she doesn't get any awards for what she's been doing is really a disservice to her.
I will riot if she's permanently killed off of the MCU. I will riot.
She's not. She's too big. I think she's too much of a great. I think she right now, I would argue, is the most complex character that's alive right now in the MCU.
Oh, definitely.
I think killing her off would be killing off money, stakes, storyline, content.
Yeah.
It would be just a disservice and irresponsible.
Yeah.
It would just be a waste of time. But
also another reason to love Elizabeth Olsen, she did an interview where she said what?
All right. Oh, and this is an old comment. Say something I can agree with, and I'll call you. Yeah. Anyways, keep going.
Elizabeth Olsen did an interview where she was like, I don't want Scarlet Witch to be the role model for young kids. It just made me like it even more. But
she snapped a guy's neck who's in a wheelchair. I mean, I think it's if I would say it's a home run for not being a role model.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really
she
went far. And she didn't discriminate. She killed a Brit with an amazing amount of steroids. She killed a person with alien, Tesseract powers. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, you know what? This guy in the wheelchair is gonna be a layup, and she did it. So you know what? I agree. She is definitely not. She's definitely not. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. And I'll end it with this because Darth would appreciate it. He's putting this up. Much better than the Batman.
Thank you.
She would appreciate that.
Okay, I'm gonna say something real quick.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I watched Batman with Jesse, and I was bored out of my fucking skull. No, it was shit. It was shit. It was so. I think it was the worst Batman movie. I'd watch that Batman and Robin movie over this.
See what I gotta put up with. Really?
Really?
All right, it's on the show. It's on the show. It's on the show and our marriage.
Okay, great. Your mom will be so happy. Oh, fuck.
That's all. My wife, everybody. My wife. Anyways, I paid way too much to watch it. Yeah.
I agree with you.
I agree.
I would cancel my HBO subscription.
Shut up. Anyways, that's all the time for At the Grown Ups Table. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys have been excellent. Darth, Mike, thank you so much for commenting along with us. You guys have been an absolute blast. I would like to give it up for my wife, Sarah, who killed it as my co-host tonight. You were great. I want to give it up for my dogs and my Gizmo and City for doing the best, like Will Smith, let's wreck this podcast impression. It did all but slap me. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Tune in next week. We'll be talking more here at the Grown Ups Table. John will be back. But until next time, I'm Jesse. That's Sarah. That's Gizmo. That's City. And you've been sitting at the Grown Ups Table. Thank you. And have an awesome night, everybody. Take care, everybody. See ya. Bye, everyone.